Opposition leader Mark Golding is calling for a commission of inquiry into the SSL fraud scandal. I'm Kalila Reynolds, financial journalist and educator based in Jamaica. So President of the People's National Party Mark Golding was on Taking Stock last week. He called for a commission of inquiry into the downfall of investment firm Stocks and Securities Limited, SSL, and the multi-million-dollar fraud that impacted dozens of investors, including Olympic champion Usain Bolt. A commission of inquiry is an official review of events or actions of public importance, and what happened at SSL is definitely of public importance. According to investigators, over $30 million was stolen from 200 customers at SSL in multiple fraud schemes dating back to 2006. And as Golding pointed out, there are still several lingering questions, starting with the failures of the industry's regulator, the Financial Services Commission, FSC.
The FSC, I think, was not given the necessary strong independent board that was required to implement the regulatory regime which exists. We have a robust regulatory system in the country. The Financial Services Commission Act, the Securities Act, the Insurance Act, the Banking Services Act. These are all relatively modern pieces of legislation. They're not perfect, and there are always things that can be done to improve them. And one is constantly looking at what that can be done. But the real problem with SSL was that the regulator essentially dropped the ball. They did not follow through with the necessary measures of enforcement which the law provided them. And why that was is still not clear to me. Why is it, for example, that the directions that they had issued were essentially lifted when there was no basis for thinking that SSL had improved its performance?
And that last question is a fair point. It was one of the many unanswered questions that journalists asked then Executive Director at the FSC, Everton McFarlane, during that infamous press conference a year ago. So Golding is saying a commission of inquiry would be the best way to get to the truth and avoid a repeat of another SSL scandal.
I am hoping that this matter will be properly investigated. I'm very concerned that we're not getting regular reports from the powers that be that are investigating the crimes that took place there to keep the country abreast of what is happening. We heard the FBI were involved. We heard about some firm out of England, some forensic auditors, no doubt very expensive. What are they delivering on? I don't know. But that we may have to have a commission of inquiry looking at the SSL thing, because I feel that there's important lessons that need to be learned about what happened, which allowed that to take place.
These commissions are usually conducted independently. We've had a couple of inquiries in Jamaica with varying degrees of success. Probably the most notable is the FinSAC Commission of Inquiry, which examines the financial meltdown of the 1990s. The first FinSAC Commission meetings were in 2009, 15 years ago, and we still haven't gotten the report from that. So we still don't know what the commissioners found and what recommendations they made. There was also an inquiry into the 2010 West Kingston incursion to capture Christopher Dudus Coke. That commission happened in 2015. I even reported on it. The report was completed and the commission did make recommendations, but only some of them have been implemented. But despite the delays in reporting and implementation, the good thing about a commission of inquiry is that it's public. The media covers it extensively, so the things that went wrong are aired out in the public domain. So it could be a good way to get some answers into what really happened at SSL. And that's the bottom line. So do you think there needs to be a commission of inquiry into SSL? Let me know in the comments. Click the link up here or in the description to watch the full Taking Stock interview with Mark Golding. Let's get this money.
Let's get this money.